The moment he lifts me up, I grab him by the balls. We are falling down together, and then I'll grab him by the neck like. Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of the Geek Spot. Yeah, the teleprompter is teleprompting correctly. I always get them wrong somehow because we have one show I say it's
No, hey, Govas is on his job this time. Hey,
yeah,
hey,
Govas
you see
and
Govas
is. I am so glad we've got our brain cells in order. We took our Adderall, we took our Ritalin. I don't know what other medication is there.
Yes, we took our Adderall.
No, Chief, I'll tell you now. He left. He left Orania for good now. That's why he's nice and focused. Good job.
Wow.
We can't say other. I'm so tempted to say some other controversial things, but this is a relatively PG show, so I'll keep my mouth shut today.
Relatively PG.
Okay. I'll behave. I promise.
Hey, Goku made it. That's a start. Anyway, I'm actually quite excited. I think I'm the most excited I've ever been for a guest because this is our first, quote unquote, A-list, even though he says perish the thought.
I'm an A-list.
But
hey, like some of us checked out of Mubango, but we went back and we spun the block for Khotso. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
He is a Mubango star. Thanks to these guys, I realize I am sort of a populist fool because I know quite a few famous-ish people. So,
and you don't tell us anything. You go kiki there in Hollywood with cameras, and you come back to us like I'm just a normal guy.
By the way, I was in Hollywood just now.
Yeah. Oh, I just got off my private jet with
subtle flex.
One day I received.
It's coming. Don't worry.
I received that money. Hey, Goku's here. Goku's waving.
Everybody.
With Iron Man.
Oh, there we go.
Anyway.
What's up with the voice, buddy? Are you okay?
I'm good.
Oh, okay.
I just didn't want to disturb the flow.
Oh, it was the shy voice.
Yeah.
I thought you were getting COVID voice.
Oh no.
Oh, shame.
Let me see if I can get this introduction right. Our guest is a talented actor, a very engaging MC. Wait, have you done modeling work before?
When I was much younger, I was a model. Much younger.
Oh,
look at that hairline, Chief. Why are you asking me that? Hairline is crisp.
It's still there. I just had to get a fade for the people, man.
I guess I have to give one of my teleprompters some money because he's a model. Ula model name. My bro, check out his Instagram.
I don't even want to bring up those files. Please, let's leave that. Let's leave that behind.
It took one of the things that broke my mind is that he showed me an ad that I once loved where people were watching an outdoor theater in the car.
Right.
Because there was one in Centurion. It closed down to my eternal regret because I've always wanted to go to. Yeah, there was one not in Centurion, in Montana. There was one.
Interesting.
Yeah, you could drive there, park your car, get your popcorns, and then watch a movie.
Wow, that's quite an experience. I'd love that still.
Where people were doing so. When I saw the ad, and then years later, I think it was a year after I met you. And then you put it up on I think it was your Instagram, and I messaged you. That was you?
Right. Yeah, that was you? What? Small world, huh?
Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, Tebello had the anime moment with speed lines. Nani?
And then I mean we tie up, I think we like Tebello and I I think our souls is have a couple of cross points because then I played a character, a very, very, I think he likes the character a lot. I personally do not like that character, but Tebello quite likes the character because he feels like he was well represented as a Tebello. So I played Tebello in Mubango, and he was a very, very kind, soft kind of character, very caring,
As
father
developers
lion.
usually are. We are the teddy bears of the
as
Lesotho kingdom.
As you can hear, he's very proud of that character.
Yeah, but at the
Why
same
did you like the
time,
character?
because he was a pushover, he got punched by somebody twice his size twice.
That's the part
half
I
his
didn't
size.
like. Yeah, he was a bit of a pushover. Yeah, very, very soft guy. You know, no, I'm not too far from that, but it's not. I wouldn't get punched twice. Not too much of
The next one you'll be.
Yeah, the first one, yeah, you know. The first one is your fault. The second one, it's my fault. Actually, I'm hitting you with some other chi, my guy. You're not right.
You know, you and my grandfather would get along so well because I traumatized the man.
Damn, is that a compliment?
Yeah. No, my grandfather was a sort of violent sort. He was the angry kung fu master. My father learned
really?
temperance from his grandfather.
He used to have Tebello running in the winters.
Like the way my grandfather was so unimpressed with me, and bear in mind, I barely knew how to walk. I was still a baby. And my one cousin was bullying me the whole day. And my grandfather was beyond furious because this child is not of our blood. What is he doing? Traumatizing my grandchild. This grandchild is soft. What a disappointment. And my father was like, leave them be. They're just babies. Little did I know that I took that in. Somehow the genes kicked in because the following morning I woke up dead at 6 o'clock in the morning, stole all that other kids' toys, put them on the side and sat down. I was like, my father was like, kids say it, how do you so feel? And my grandfather was like, nah, never. This child is too weak. When the other child realizes that I stole all his toys and was screaming to try and fight, I pushed him away just once or twice. He started crying. But guess what my grandfather told his other drunkard friends? You see this one? He lifted him. He lifted him and he threw him to the ground.
Your granddad exaggerated the stories.
When you look at this, I was a massive baby, so the size difference looked like I could actually lift this other baby.
Robert,
he would have made a brilliant writer.
Oh no! Ever since then, I just realized, wow, this vengeance thing is still inside my blood somehow. So we are soft, but to a point.
Yes.
But you still have problems with Vegeta somehow. I'm confused, Devin.
Some Jackie Chan stuff. I don't want no trouble. I don't want no trouble.
You see, Jackie Chan is humble.
What about?
I have beef with Goku. I feel he's too soft. I feel like Goku allows for the ends of the world to happen first before he does anything.
Goku is an idiot, yes, but you can't tell me that if I had to choose between Goku and Vegeta, I'll choose the man who first came to kill every single person on the planet and never apologized even once.
The real Prince of Saiyans.
He did. He apologized by blowing himself up. Yeah.
He did, yeah.
That's how Saiyans apologize, dog.
That's how he made amends. That was his way of making amends.
That is the most emotionally unavailable way of apologizing.
Killing yourself?
Emotionally unavailable way.
Killing yourself.
Like, hey,
it means more than any sorry ever, bro. Killing yourself.
Look at you. Now we've got men who'd rather walk into traffic than say I'm sorry.
No way.
It's the height of narcissistic martyrdom.
Exactly.
It's the absolute height of narcissistic martyrdom.
Like, come on.
Okay, sorry. Some of us didn't have emotionally available fathers that apologize to them all the time. Well, now our fathers would just be like, "You're hungry." End of story.
Y'all had fathers?
No.
Y'all had fathers?
Oh, okay. Zuko wins.
I forgot some people went out. Okay, let me not go to this. You know what? Dark humor way. I forgot some of us parents went to go get the milk.
Hey, bro.
And never returned.
And we've never.
That's why I don't need conflicts anymore. Still waiting for that.
Anyway.
Oh, that would be a great isekai. The dad that went to get milk and he never came. But that time I reincarnated as a dad that got milk or something like that.
And he got hit by
Oh my god, it's a deadbeat dad and he ran away from his family and died, and then he woke up in the new world and he has a family and he's like, Esa.
No, what makes it even worse? The truck kun was a milk truck that delivered him.
Oh no.
Oh wow.
Ever fresh. Wow.
Okay, wait,
something
we're getting off track here. Please continue with the introductions. I thought you were trying to be professional.
Hi.
The t-shirt would say the dad that went to fetch milk.
Yes. Okay. We really don't have to do this, but there is an icebreaker game we usually play, so we gotta stick to tradition.
Let's do it.
The way we are so gel right now, it's really not necessary, but for the sake of the viewers,
Okay.
so that the viewers can know you a little better, we're
Mhm.
gonna play a little game. It's called Would You Rather. There's another not so polite game, so I think we should play this one because of the viewers. So
Okay.
yeah. So would you rather Wakanda edition?
Who do you think is viewing us, bro? I'm very confused.
We've got an A-lister. You'll just see by the end of this video, we'll have 10,000 viewers. Like, have you seen this man?
Right.
I'm surprised. Why haven't you applied for Mr. South Africa? You do have the looks, you know.
So I actually I was one of the finalists. You are very, very accurate, actually, Tebello. I was one of the finalists. I believe it was 3 years ago. I think I came top 20.
Mm-hmm.
But
Ooh.
I also do believe that I had way more on my plate than they would have had to offer me. And they were also looking for somebody who they could build a lot. Not just
Okay.
not to add on to. So, to be fair to them, I think they were looking for quite a new newbie. Yeah, I was actually checking out their contestants this year, and I must say it's very humorous.
Yo. I'm not gonna say anything.
I must, guys. This is.
I didn't say anything, but
I
Asan.
feel like
We are South
feel like
Africans. Why should we bite our tongues?
Yeah, no. Look, recently we've bitten our tongue a little bit too much, especially when it comes to the outsider.
No.
Yeah, we are not. You know what?
What was that about how we need to be PG-13 that develop?
With that being said, I just wanted to. I was just highlighting how much this person is a good-looking man who's supposed to be. But at the same time, look at him. He's an actor. He's a finalist in Mr. South Africa, and he can seize. Dude, if Top Billing does a resurgence, they're going to call you. I can see it now, because you've got all the telltale requirements.
100%. I was actually thinking of that.
You know, it's crazy.
They were dry towards the end. Yo.
I think I need Tebello to manage me further, going further, because I remember. I'll tell you why. Because I auditioned for Top Billing, and Amini Dlamini couldn't stop talking about how I would be great for it. I can't remember what year it was as well. It was a few years back. So all the things that you're mentioning, I actually have gone through them, and I think a lot of artists as well through the industry over a decade would have one or some other time crossed or dabbled in or have come across such high-level auditions for or high-level production like that. So you're very correct, bro. I did audition for Top Billing as well.
So Selma Tunzi was on the list.
Was one of the finalists as well. They chose some amazingly good presenters. So yeah, man, you are so accurate with how things have happened throughout my career, actually.
Okay, in that case, don't worry.
So I'm saying Selman Tunzi is next, ne?
Yeah, is Selman Tunzi still running, brother?
I don't think so. Is it?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay. It'll come back, guys. Cross fingers.
Don't worry. When I start a geek related travel show called called Afro Otaku Connects or something like that, I will
going somewhere quickly. We just changed the name.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like the jingle.
You'll be the first person I call to present. We'll get you to Korea, to Thailand,
that would be
China, to Japan, then really to New York Comic Con or Los Angeles.
I don't think we'd come back. That's the problem.
Yeah,
I don't think we'd come back. To be like a 2-year
one-way ticket.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's exactly.
You guys will be fleeing to Japan.
The 50th refugee in America.
Yo!
Wow. I have a lot to say about that one, but again,
Okay.
let's
Okay.
yeah.
Icebreaker,
Yo.
Wakanda edition. We have a serious Wakanda fan here. Oh, two of
Yeah.
them. But when I tell you this man is a serious Wakanda Black Panther fan, I mean his birthday party, the theme was written in Wakandan. The invite was written in
Right.
Wakandan. If I could find it, I'll put it up. That was him.
It was really cool.
That was a cool
Yeah.
birthday. Yo, look at us talking about going to famous actors' birthdays parties now. You know what? The me of 2017 would never believe this in a million years. I'm so proud of myself. Moving on. All right. Question 1. Would you
Yes.
rather marry Adora Milaje or serve as a Hatut Zaraze?
Would I rather marry Adola Miraje or?
Serve as a Hatut Zaraze.
The Hatut.
The Hatut.
Serve.
Canada Hatut. Please remind me who bro, I'm failing here.
The
Who are
Wardogs.
they?
They're the bras in white. If you've seen them, they dress like Black Panther, but they wear white and they have like black shoulder patches.
Yes. But now I would have to. Look, I won't lie, man. You know, when during production of the film, I followed a few Dora Milaje.
One of them is from Zimbabwe. That's all I can say.
For real? Which one?
Deny. Is it Deny Gurura or something?
Definitely.
Yeah. Is Deny not East African?
I think she's Zimbabwean.
No, I think she's her parents are Zimbabwean, but she was born. I think she's born in America, but her parents are Zimbabwean. I think.
Interesting. And I actually just saw her reappear in Daredevil.
As Okoye.
Daredevil 2. As a Dora Milaje still.
Born again.
Yeah, so she was coming.
Oh, sorry, we can't hear you.
We've lost a bit of audio right there.
I was about to be like, is that me?
So this is I just finished Daredevil 2. Absolutely amazing series. Blew my mind. I would recommend it. Like it's stupendous. William Fisk is played by a huge character who shows so much vulnerability. He's not a criminal. He's an anti-hero, and you have so much that. I beg your pardon?
Vincent D'Onofrio.
I don't know, Khotso. The people that he blew up might beg to differ. They might just be like.
What do you say?
Fisk is a villain, my guy. There's so many people dying on his watch.
Facts.
You know,
that guy's
he's got a good story, but he's still a criminal.
Yeah, he's a straight up criminal.
But also, the thing is, what makes him good? He's not one-dimensional. So that's what makes him like where you like. I know he's wrong, but I see his point. Because
he's out of line, but he's right.
Yeah, you know.
Okay, wait. Back to the question. Kai. Yo, back to the question. Hatut, serve as Hatut, marry Dora or marry Dora?
Marry Dora.
You both had a
demon. You know, you get government benefits. You get a house. What's this? No one's gonna touch you because
protection.
The protection.
But no one's gonna touch you, dog. Let Dora find out her husband. Somebody did something.
I'll marry Dora. Yeah.
You can't cheat.
Don't let your eyes wander. That's the other thing.
Gone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
so she looks pretty nice.
The streets are not moving.
That one, you cannot be on the streets, my boy. You will die fast. And it won't be a good
death. Just as you're shadowing another girl, she will call you on the beats right then and there. Hey, who is that? And I was like, yo, did you hack my beats? Yes, I did. Who are you talking
Why did I
Genzani.
see you liking that Hasi's Instagram picture? Am I
There
not
are
supposed
drones.
Anyway, you guys, what do your choices be?
marrying Adora. I'm not serving as a Hatut.
I honestly don't know much about the Hatut, so
Yeah, I was about to ask. Are they like
I know about the Hatut. I know about the Hatut, and unless you're prepared to blow yourself up for the sake of Wakanda, not much going on there.
Okay, besides the blowing up, are they like celibate or like?
Yeah, I was about to go there.
No. They get married. They have children. Sometimes it works out. Sometimes it doesn't. Two of them were gay in the 80s.
But they're basically the kamikaze of Wakanda.
Not kamikaze. Rather, let's say the secret agents and the police, or the secret police rather.
So there's a CIA.
Like you send them. You send them to do like demolition missions, or if they need to sabotage a country, or
a COVID ops type.
Okay, so there's CIA.
Yeah, like the Dora Milaje, they're more like the bodyguards. Like if you come into Wakanda, they are going to be more of a problem for you. But if you go outside, you're going to be dealing with the dogs. That's why they call the dogs of war.
See, they're the agents. Yeah, international agents.
Yeah.
That's one.
But their leader is insane also. So now I'll stick to marrying Adora. Thanks.
Adora, exactly. I know. I feel you on that one, Chief.
Oh, I can't be lying all the time. I forget my lies. So.
Well, you see, here's the thing. I've got two minds, right? One, I have a extreme a desire to preserve myself, but
sorry, Tebello.
I'm not in the business of lavender marriages.
But okay.
And at the same time, I mean, living in the closet means you know how to lie better than most people. So
so you're joining the Hatut.
I would make a good one. I notice. I'd be like, oh, you want me to go this?
Just hope you join Taku's division, ne? Just join Taku's division. Don't go to the other one.
I'll be the one that says you need to go on a suicidal mission to blow yourself up at this building. I end up blowing everything, getting someone to blow up the mission in my behalf, and they're like, same results, but I'm still alive. What?
Okay,
for me. They're not gonna allow that. Like, the Hatut are gonna look at you like, are you down for the cause or not? What's going on?
I'm down for multiple causes. One of the higher ups realize just how smart I am. It's like, don't worry, I've got an ex-boyfriend in that building.
Down for multiple causes.
Sweetie, honey, I just need you to take this parcel into the floor number 17. Yeah, okay. Yeah, don't worry.
I forget he's our resident Desmond Dube. He can sell people life insurance. So yeah, never mind. It's fine.
Wow.
There's a reason we call Tebello Eisen Summer.
So by the time they try and blow me up, they realize I'm far too valuable alive than dead. I'll be the inner council by the end of the week. All right.
All right. What's the next one?
Next question.
Poor person.
Oh, now this one is short and sweet. I hope this one is short and sweet because these are the two,
okay. Tell us.
These are the two tribes that I find very, very ridiculously funny. Would you rather be a member of the Jabari or the River tribe?
Ooh, we have watched from the mountains as you have given the technological advances of a child, of Wakanda to a child. We will not allow it.
We does not respect tradition.
We will not have it. No, you know why it's better to be part of the Jabari? The Jabari can beat up aliens. The River tribe got dribbled by a seaman.
By a fishman.
Okay, that didn't sound right. That didn't sound right. But
I said man. When I didn't say man.
Namo also got his ass whooped by. I mean, Jabari got his ass whooped by Namo as well. So.
Yeah, but they didn't let him into the country. The River tribe did what? That bra was in the water. River tribe is supposed to be down, nowhere to be found.
He broke in twice.
No, bro. Jabari hands down. Jabari hands down. I just don't like the cold, bro. I'm not digging this cold story, bro. And that's one of the things I'm just like, you see now this thing, except of the black people and the black people in the cold. I was just like that. That's the one thing that just didn't settle with me right with Jabari.
Hey, me is the vegetarian thing. Like, you mean all this meat and you just
but he was joking though. He was joking though.
Oh, he better be, because meat is meat and a man must eat.
No,
brother,
in the comic books, M'Baku might eat a whole person. You play with him too much. That was about meat.
M'Baku wasn't a very pleasurable person in the comic books.
In the comics, in the animated series, M'Baku is a villain. He's a proper douchebag.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Extrodin, which tribe would you choose?
Who?
Which tribe would you choose? Jabara River tribe?
Well, the River tribe.
Man, Jabari, bro.
Oh, okay. Shit. I thought that might be some nuance. So everybody is going to throw to the Jabbar.
Yeah, man.
I'm taking the tribe that beat aliens. Other ones got dribbled by fish people very easily.
You already know my answer because I told you Winston Duke can be. I can.
Oh, Ghana, Winston Duke.
Ghana, you wanna be thigh crushed.
Like, have you seen that man's thighs? Have you seen that man? When you are sitting on the throne, I felt two very conflicting feelings. Extreme jealousy, like, God, why didn't you make me look like that man? I want to look like that man. Can I sit on a throne and look that awesome? And
I want to look like that.
At the same time, I was feeling
Tebello started playing Apple Bottom Jeans, but it's the version for Jabari.
Yes.
M'Baku had them thunder thighs.
Like,
them big ass.
Then I was like, and the other feeling was like, my king feels cold. Let me just lay on his lap and warm him, or I can keep his feet warm. It's fine. He can rest his feet on my belly. It's okay. It's fine. Like, I can imagine. I can imagine someone walking in and just watching me lying there. Your Majesty, how are you?
We know you're drooling, my brother, but please ask the next question.
All right. Final question. This one is fun. Who would you rather challenge to ritual combat? Killmonger or M'Baku?
To ritual combat?
M'Baku. Killmonger throw you off a river.
Are you sure, Chief?
Killmonger kill you. M'Baku, you can negotiate.
Negotiate
what? I feel like M'Baku's got the energy of the gorilla who's coming against 100 men, dog.
Yes, that's the thing.
100%. 100%.
I don't know. I don't think M'Baku is the guy you don't want to even be negotiations, brother.
You're gone.
You told him that he has to be. Don't remember. You're not the only one who knows.
I'm saying that he can win the fight.
No, but like, guys,
I'm saying he will win the fight.
Are we talking MCU M'Baku or comic M'Baku? Because comic M'Baku is a problem.
You're gone.
My point is,
as much
as but even I'll tell you now. Okay, if we go comic book M'Baku as the guy who's read a lot of this stuff, here's the thing. If you say to yourself that if I lose, Chief, I work for you, there's a chance. Killmonger. It's in his name.
Nah. Killmonger will kill everybody. Killmonger will kill everybody who worked for him. That's the difference.
Yeah. So one weakness and you're dead either way.
No, in the comic books, he killed two brothers because they lost the fight to Black Panther. And I was like, what were they supposed to do?
You lost the fight to Black Panther, yeah, but
my point is, as much as you've been told that you're gonna go into a ritual battle with M'Baku, he's also been told that you're gonna go and kill him as well.
No, it's surrender or killing, dog. It's surrender or killing.
Oh,
Killmonger was killing bras who weren't even in the fight.
yeah. Killmonger will. Yeah, there's no surrender. But look, physical strength. I'm not going against M'Baku. I would rather look.
I don't think
They said okay. It's not going to be. There's no finality about it. I'll fight Killmonger, dog. I'll fight Killmonger, but I'm not trying to fight Baku.
I've seen, if I think because I was actually there at the event, I saw a mismatched fight for my height difference, not even a weight difference. They were still both heavyweights, but the height difference was like this, and the taller guy won like it was nothing. It was so sad to watch. My father was like, he's just playing at this point.
I'm just thinking of the clubs. The club, the Jabari, they use clubs as well, bro. That thing is already an extended arm.
It's court.
Bona. Or
and now it's got vibranium at the tip.
I'll go to Mbaku. And then I'll just let him hit me and I'll fall down and I'll be like, hey, dog, I give up. You win.
Well, I like how you say you let him hit you. Like
if BuckMeister enters the ring, Majida, just make funeral arrangements because I think he's in denial.
Ew, bruh, like,
you guys, the brand's name is Kill.
Your
he
ID
will
number,
kill you.
Don't forget to give me your ID number.
For some reason, they would have told you, they would have given you a potion. They said, no, it will give you the power of the heart-shaped herb. And then you would have believed them. And then like, nah, I got this. I got this.
Yeah.
And look, they just
BuckMeister, before you go into the ring, give us your ID number,
That being said,
here's my point. Killmonger doesn't even stick to the rules. That bro will kill the referee. The bro wasn't even in the fight and he stabbed the referee.
I'd rather take my chances with Killmonger than even get one punch from
Mbaku.
Mbaku will obey the rules.
But that's a gorilla.
Yeah, it's like
Lebakaring, it's a gorilla. It's a gorilla that will obey the rules. You want to fight a jaguar that doesn't care? Fight everybody.
I'm gonna give you my answer, and my answer is purely out of Delulu, but I don't care. Right? Look, I would never. It's me and Killmonger till the end. It's. I got some beef to settle. Like for what he did to that forest of flowers, that alone, like Nalwen. Yeah. I don't care. Even if I go down. Even if I'm going down, I'm going down with you. Like you're gonna throw me off a cliff. The moment he lifts me up, I grab him by the balls. We're falling down together, and then I'll grab him by the neck like. Like Nalwen, we keep wrestling down to hell. Like where's Tebello? He's supposed to be. Bast will be like, where is my champion Tebello? Oh no, he's still wrestling Killmonger. They're tumbling down to Mephisto.
Killmonger.
They're not done. He's not done with him.
You bros, sharp.
I don't know. I think
take the maniac over the guy who follows the rules.
Like I said, I'm also a maniac. I'm not saying I'm going to win. I'm saying he's gonna go down. He's gonna go straight to hell with me. We're going down.
You guys are talking about a Nobkiri. That bro went into the fight with knives and spears. He didn't even he said, "I don't even need a shield."
Yes.
At least the Chalanyana had a shield for defense. That bro said, "I'm not defending anything. The best form of defense is attack."
And still, Milan.
Yeah, but he had a personal vendetta. He had a point to prove to T'Challa.
Yeah, I'm a man who suffers from extreme justice sensitivity.
Well, didn't you see in the movie when he was wiling and choking grannies? You think he cares?
You don't care.
I feel his girlfriend.
All the more reason for me to like Nalwen. Like I told my friend, if I was in the Star Wars universe, I'd walk straight to Palpatine. I don't have a chance to win, but I will still fight him to the last. I don't care. Don't tell me
he'll just infinite. He'll just ultimate power you, and then you KO.
I've got a lightsaber. I've got a lightsaber. Block it. Like no. Your tricks won't break me.
First of all, Killmonger is a big size, considerably smaller than Tebello. So in reality, Tebello would be like Kingpin compared to Killmonger. Killmonger is even smaller than Black Panther.
He's got knives, bro, and he knows how to use them. Size is not going to matter here. We're going to turn into turkey roast.
I've got somersaults. I'll just ask for a vibranium one. Like you give me a vibranium katana. Don't ask. I know you're working with
Munna, he will cut you like you are a whore. He will be chicken, gara.
Oksala, yo. It's not gonna be 10 knots.
Yo, like Buck is not even giving us a 0.001 chance.
Anyway.
No, he's a maniac. He wants to kill you. Baku at least will just hit you, and then if you say he wins, he'll go home.
At least will just hit you.
At least in that time we'll go Vesco PC because
you can't eat. You're like
a hit to the head.
Drinking solid meals through a straw for 6 months.
Wakanda's medical program is amazing. They were fixing people's spines.
With a beat.
Fair enough.
No, but Khotso, can you
I'll
imagine?
be fine.
That one.
Can you imagine Oshapa Batu? We go to a braai and then now they must blend your horse and your chak and your pap and your chakalak and then you busy sipping through that.
They will put a bead by my face and it will fix everything.
Clearly.
Wakanda's medical program is fire, gents.
Braai Maheu braai.
Ew.
Hey,
Muna, T'Challa even told Killmonger, dog, we can heal you. And that Bri had a spear in his stomach. So I'll be fine, guys. I'll just have to, 1-2 days I have to eat blended meat. It's fine. And then I'll be back to normal.
Okay. All right then. So
I think we have a vote of 4, and you're the only one who's willing to take on what's his name? No.
You're all dead.
Yeah, he's the only one who's willing to take on Killmonger, I guess.
Yes.
Chaps.
All right.
I guess Buck, you'll take our ID numbers and then quickly go to Avbob.
All right.
All I know is that I can go home. That's all I'm saying. But anyway.
I'm not looking to go home. I'm looking for justice. That's my justice.
So Buck is sorry, I beg your pardon. So Buck is the only one who's willing to take on
the great
what's his name?
Yeah.
I know the gorilla won't kill me.
And everyone else is like, no, we'll go up against the lunatic because the lunatic is. We know against the lunatic, and then there's one person saying this lunatic is dying with me.
Yeah,
look, I'd rather go against
it's that Punisher versus Batman debate.
Yeah.
Punisher takes you out quickly. Batman, you're gonna have to eat out of a straw.
For the rest of
and he's still gonna interrogate you. He's still
Guys,
going to get
I'm in Wakanda. What is this rest of my life in Victor? After I'm done there, they'll spray some herbs on my face and I'll be back to normal.
No, it's like, is this your champion? Is this your champion? That's the insane person now kicking us after that. Once
or Fafa. Vibranium and you back to health.
I'm great.
You know who's watched that? It's not Spartacus. What's his name? That strange movie about that movie about cars where people were busy painting each other with chrome,
which one?
spraying each other in chrome.
Top Gear.
Not Top Gear. That's.
They were spraying each other with what?
With cream paint on their lips. Come on, what's the name of that damn movie? Why do I have to forget these things?
Cream to their lips.
Each other with what, Chief?
Okay, let's skip it then. We'll come.
Wait, Tebella, did you say they sprayed each other with cream to their lips?
Chrome tainted. Paint.
Oh, I was about to say, hey, bro, I don't think Still Keniko shows those movies.
I don't know what movie you're talking about.
The original
one. Okay.
Start by
I think let's skip it then. Let's go to the interview. Chief.
All right. Okay.
Time constraints.
Question 1. Wow. I'm going to try and activate my presenter voice. Give me a moment. This is my audition. If I do well, he might call his agent.
I don't know what's happened, but your voice or your volume has gone down a little bit. Maybe just adjust. I'm not sure.
Lower your voice thingy.
Oh. Oops. Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Is it better?
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Question 1. Okay. How, if at all, has been a comic and a cartoon never helped shape your amazing career in the television industry?
Oh, look. I don't know. It's infinite imagination. I mean, from when I was a kid, I think that's one of the first few. And I thought about this question very, very carefully when you first sent it to me. You know, I don't. It's almost it was a gradual love and a very natural progression into comics. But I started with books and fantasy books. I mean, Enid Blyton, The Enchanted Forest, all of those. Those were my first introductions to fantasy. And I think it was just a natural progression to, okay, whoa, there are visuals, but these visuals are just not normal visuals. These are like superhero cool visuals. There are different art styles and whatnot. So that for me, that base, how it affected or how it positively contributed towards my career was words were used for imagination, and they still are. They weren't used for maths or geography or facts. They were used as a base of imagination and for tools of getaway, and they still do that for me, you know. And I think that's very, very important for an actor or a creative, one who works with text and scripts all the time. You'll get a flat script or a flat text, and those words have to come to life, and you have to bring those words to life. Without that imagination, without the freedom, and without the childlike autonomy of fantasy, it's very difficult to be an artist.
Yeah, no, that's why I need to see Socrates when I get to the afterlife. He needs to explain why he was putting X next to mathematics. Oh no, it's not even him. I have to go further back. I have to go to Egypt.
It's
like,
Buffett.
Yeah, I was about to say he stole that. He was like, "Oh, Egyptians are putting X on the mats. Okay, I gotta do that."
Hypotenuse.
Yeah.
There you go.
The hypotenuse, exactly.
Yeah, I was like, no,
Socrates. Yeah, no, I need to be like
Socrates.
Why?
Was a philosopher, and I still have just as much umbrage with him as well.
What's that line? Obama.
That's what I've been thinking. That's literally what
Socrates' philosophies and hypotheses tend to find out I'll be dropping these. Oh my god.
That's literally what I was. It was literally on my mind. I was like, "Don't say it. Calm down. Wu-Tang forever."
With that being said, there's another line. You got me thinking of a certain line from a movie called V for Vendetta.
Oh yes, V for Vendetta. Yes,
because he said,
and
one of my favorite lines in his speech is like, "Words are the means to meaning, and for those who would listen, it's the enunciation of truth." And when you're describing how words can be visualized and used to create, I just felt those words resonate in the back of my head, because that's exactly what happened. He said it, and he explained what words can do, and through that creativity, they can reveal the truth. Beautiful.
Yeah, that's profound. That is profound. That's beautiful. I'll go check it out. V had some like really, really deep monologues as well. Hey.
I know a movie
did what needed to be done, and that for me is probably one of the greatest performances.
Yeah, the terrible hairstylist though. Yo, that hairstyle was not worth it.
It was a wig.
It was disturbing.
It was a wig.
When you think about it, his voice was his face. Yes. Because you couldn't see his face, so there wasn't the little nuance of like an eyebrow raise or a smile or anything. So you couldn't see. He couldn't tell a story through his face. It was just his voice. So that,
but not just that. Not just as that. It's just the nuance, the subtleness. Because one of V's favorite things for me is
that head tilt. Oh my god.
Exactly.
My guy, you know how much that means? It means you're about to die. It means everything. It could be.
Should I leave you to die?
Okay,
so you gents are saying that
I'm gonna rewatch it.
So you gents are saying that the Drift King from Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift, you should have taken acting lessons with V. Because he overdid it.
If he took those lessons
for the whole movie,
overdid it, huh?
Yeah.
If he took acting lessons from Hugo Weaving, he would have had an Oscar for
No,
Fast and the
I'm just
Furious
saying
3.
that bro was viewing that movie at 90 degrees. I was like, what acting method is
Also,
this?
shout out to Hugo Weaving's agent, because in the early 2000s, this man was a smith, he was an elf, and he was also
Yeah.
a vigilante.
And before
Yeah.
all of that, he was Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. Respect.
Wow. Really?
Yes. Drag queens for life. That's all I can say.
I need to go. I need to watch
I
that
haven't
again.
seen
I need
that
to
one. I
watch that
haven't seen
again.
that movie.
You haven't
I
seen
need to
Priscilla, Queen
watch
of the
that
Not seen
Desert?
that movie.
It's a tragic movie. It was in the height of the AIDS crisis, but still. Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. Look it up.
Listen,
Early
listen.
2000s?
While we're on that, while we're on the topic of V, right, and the mask, I just want to touch on something real quick. The Mandalorian. Just real quick,
Yes.
okay? The Mandalorian.
Welcome,
and
Chief. Welcome to ADHD.
okay. Can I give me 15 seconds, please? I want to go blow my nose. I'll be back.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
You are
Cue the
black.
ad.
You know, he's the second person that actually says that. The first is me. I've been saying this for decades.
Wait, do we have an ad reel? We now have one. This show was brought to you by with
Our parents'
you
Wi-Fi.
can be with our parents' Wi-Fi. Yes. Thanks to our family members.
Thanks to our parents, we can come here and talk and drive you crazy
All
and
this
say
great-
say inappropriate things all the time. And
Oh,
also,
If you would
not
like to
forgetting
watch Yu-Gi-Oh! and understand what South
innuendo.
Africans say about it, just go
Yo,
to the
this is such an
playlist
ADHD.
on
This is such
KC
an ADHD
Media
advert.
and check
I'm
out
black.
It's
all
like three
Yu-Gi-Oh!
things. They're
episodes.
advertising three things at once.
Okay, so I'm black. So what were we talking about? We're talking about I love the performance by the Mandalorian. You know, it's absolutely ridiculous. There's a lot of voice work, a lot of a stoicness about him. And man, after that I watched Ahsoka and I was so underwhelmed. I felt like my hero needed to be masked the whole time. I didn't even want to watch anything without masked heroes anymore. And I'm not talking about halfway. I'm talking about
Look,
thank you.
Ahsoka seeing the people was the least of its problems. I think the people talking and the writers not writing and the fights not fighting.
And the plot holes the size of the continent of Asia.
It was only visually stunning. That's the only thing that was good about that thing.
It was a nothing.
yo, I struggled, guys.
Actually, I think the robot in Ahsoka was the best thing in that thing.
No, he was the best. Hey, do you guys even remember what we said about how about the Jedi and the ANC?
Yo,
You've been listening to our podcast before, our podcast recently, haven't you? Because I remember I even clipped it like this is when you go political. We're describing some other party was the DA, the other groups were the...
No, I said Thrawn was the DA because he messes up. He doesn't do anything. He'll say he's got these amazing plans, and then you ask him how does it get done? Dolol.
I was convinced that was going to be our last show because after that I was like, yeah, here comes the council train. Look at us go.
And I think we did that close to voting season, didn't we?
Yeah, it was close to
we did.
like this close to an election.
Wow, you guys are brave.
We were
you're not
We're a
brave.
small
That's
channel.
not
That's the difference.
What?
No one's
not
paid
wrong.
attention yet.
Once as we become big, and then I have to go get some social media marketer to go filter these things and say delete.
The zeal of youth.
Yes. Anyway, next question.
Yes.
What else? Question. Okay. There are many people who see you as larger than life and often forget that you're just as human as anyone else. What are the things that you think people would be surprised to learn about you?
I really am just still a child inside. I think one thing that people don't get to see until they get to know me, and I think you'll attest to this, is that I'm very, very childlike, inside and outwardly. But quite often I play characters and I exude characters that are businessmen, very, very serious type characters, or criminals or a lawyer, but very serious type characters. I'm just a goof, honestly. Yeah, I'm just a goof. I really and I love laughing. I love seeing the world from the angle of kids and new people. Yeah, I think that's one thing people really will be surprised. I think I've been told a couple of times, like, bro, you really are just a chill, really, really chilled guy, but you don't look like it.
So would you do a sitcom?
I have.
Oh,
Which one?
Tandika's Diary.
Name
Yes.
drop, Mama. Name
I've
drop.
heard about it, but I haven't watched it, unfortunately. But I've heard about Tandika's Diary.
Yeah,
But would
Tandika's
you do
Diary
another
was.
one? Would you do like a
Um,
Modern Family type of sitcom without laugh tracks and everything?
I certainly would. I certainly would. I'd love that. They're very quirky, and the autonomy of freedom that you get from your directors. You can just see things that from the top of your head that just works. So that those kind of environments I love. I definitely would do that. It reminds me of like I don't know if you guys would remember like a Pure Monate show. Not so much a
Yeah.
sitcom, but like a parody show.
Sketch show, like a sketch, like Saturday Night Live.
I would love to do that.
Or late night news. Eish, I miss late night news, guys. Late night news was so
That was
I want to know if you remember
so
this show because everybody has gone into a phantom zone and seems to have forgotten this. Do you remember there was this show called The Fat Joe Show that used to play on Fridays?
Yes.
Of course.
Thank you.
And the movies were rated by
started on ETV,
by
then
Fat
it went to
Lips.
SABC.
Yeah. Because there was one skit I'll never forget because they're talking about how some part of Gauteng has become known as the gay capital of Gauteng. They're like, we're actually from here. So it's like, hey yo, are you gay? And then this guy's wearing a wig like I have to check when I get gay and a cis. You saw people in the audience, they're all enjoying, like, no, we are not gay, no.
No, but I mean, if it wasn't for that show, the Pure Monate wouldn't exist.
Facts.
Yeah.
People
And then if
underestimate
it wasn't for
how
Pure Monate, late night news, and all of these guys would not be.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, I still keep in contact with some of the comedians from back then who were my idols and now are my friends. Like, Tips Shampoo Nizer.
Oh no.
Yeah.
And Ronnie Mademola, he on Pure Monate, he was Inor Alomidom.
Legend.
Yo, Ronnie. Ronnie.
For me, Ronnie was number one, dog. Pure Monate, he was the best.
Kind of, what was that character of his?
I'm here for the man. Bro.
Side pocket.
Side pocket.
Wait. Was Pure Monate the one where there was a crazy director called Tuna? I forgot his name.
You mean the dictator?
There's David Kau.
Yeah. Do you guys remember? Do you guys remember Boss Card? Like the MasterCard, but
oh yeah, I remember the joke. Yeah.
There was a skit they made about a crazy director who made a movie called The Man Who Got Shot a Lot, and the twist was he actually got the man shot a lot.
Wow. I didn't know that one. I
don't know. Man, there's so many moments you can pick up from. Like, I remember this one where Chris something, the white guy, Ludacris was in South Africa. So he's like, Mr. Ludacris, you talk a lot about hoes in your song. Do you enjoy farming? Yes. It's like, even Ludacris looked at him. He looked at him and then he laughed and he's like, what know it.
No, do you guys remember that ad? Like, do you guys remember, this one stuck out in my mind because when you're a kid and you're watching things you're not supposed to. So there was this ad where this lady it's like they were trying to play it like it was like a porn thing or whatever, and then she was like, "Dick, chocolate," and I was like, "Wait, what?"
Okay, what was the
label?
I know where that came from. We'll circle back to that one, but I just wanted to hear. Cause what was your absolute favorite clip?
Oh, so it's Chris. It's Chris, the white comedian. and Ronnie Mademola. Now Ronnie plays a car guard, right?
Oh, I remember
And
this.
Chris is parking his car.
Yeah.
So it says so Chris parks his car and the car guard comes and says, hey, Mlungu, Mlungu, Mlungu. He says, oh, please don't rob me. Don't rob me. And he says, Mlungu, you see now, Mlungu. I'm not here to rob you, Mlungu. I'm here to watch your car, Mlungu. Give me the money later. Yeah, it's 10 rand, Mlungu, 10 rand. And it was just like, it was such a genuinely humorous situation because it made fun of our social,
inequalities.
how you put it.
Our genocide.
Yeah, because Chris.
Our
10 years before our genocide.
What terrible things,
Yeah, terrible things are happening.
What terrible things, so it was just so genius, bro. And it was the way that Tapet was like, Mlungu, I don't want my wallet, Mlungu. Leave your phone, keep your phone, keep your wallet, Mlungu. Give the 10 rand for me watching your car, Mlungu. Give it. He doesn't want to rob me, he just wants what's due to him. That was one of my favorite
points. At gunpoint.
There are two stories. One, BuckMeister, that porn chocolate ad that you're referring to.
Yeah.
They were making fun of a legitimate advert about a girl holding an extra moist chocolate cake.
Really?
It's
a
everyone on
ad.
was like,
I remember that ad. I remember that one.
I was almost 16 years old, and even I got like,
wait, hold up, wait a minute.
I just saw the pure Manati one. I did not know there was a backstory.
In front of my mother on a Sunday. What the hell is wrong with this channel?
No, but the BuckMeister, the bus card one, I remember very well because it's David Cow, this girl, right? They're on a date. So they're showing exactly how much this guy spends on whatever it is that they're doing, drinks, food, whatever. And then I think they end up in bed and then they're like finding that your girlfriend is actually a dude. Priceless. And then they show this guy, right? He's chasing David and you can see his schlong is bigger than David's.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah, MasterCard.
MasterCard.
Yeah, no, sometimes as South Africans in future, I feel like we failed that show. Like it shouldn't have gone off air.
Yeah, no, look.
No, but remember, I think the problem was it started getting popular, but then it started getting popular where it was like criticized, little subtle criticisms, and then the powers that be, because they were in absolute power, they were like, no, you can't say that about us. And then that's why it got canceled. It didn't get canceled because of like pure viewership or
viewership was
not making
or things like that.
Making money on that show. Remember that show was bootstrapped, so they were not making money on that show.
So
they must somehow it on YouTube. Then they must just bring it back.
They can't because SABC owns the rights. They don't own the rights to that.
Yeah,
I change the name.
We'll make a.
They've done all that already. They did Gunga, remember? They did Gunga TV or Gunga 7 or whatever.
But also remember, guys, the reason why people have been championing the artist bill, I don't remember the exact name, but there's an artist bill, is because we don't get royalties. We don't like artists, they don't get royalties, they don't get
I was at when I
what's
was
that
at
called? Residuals. They don't get residuals, they don't get to keep they don't copyright. So if I create an original idea and then I sell it to Khotso, it's his. I can't whatever Khotso, if Khotso makes 20 million from that idea, I'm gonna get the original 20,000 that he gave me for that idea, and I can't claim now saying like, okay, now that you've made 20 million, let's renegotiate and think. I can't I have no recourse at all.
Same
so that's why
funny side story when I was funny side story when I was hosting at Comic-Con. I attended one of his panels. Jack DeVrain. He was on EC Dingo.
He's the head of Saga. The Indian gentleman. He's the head of Saga.
Yeah, I'm forgetting his name. The character that he played.
Rajesh Kumar.
Yeah,
Rajesh.
yeah, there we go.
Awu Rajesh,
Yeah.
isikhokho sakhona.
Yeah, Rajesh, the counterpart to Baka Hines. But anyway,
Yes, sir.
yeah, so he was talking about how actors in like every actor in the world rather they have like a protection rights bill thing going on for their IP and things, but it's only here in South Africa where it's like there's nobody that got any, there's nobody that has nothing.
And we have such a talent. I mean, I wanted to circle back to how Pure Menati has even helped me helped me in so many ways. Like my cousins and I, my cousin has when me and my cousin end up in the same building, chaos erupts because we end up joking until the sun goes down, until in fact the sun rises the next day, and we're busy laughing ourselves to death. Because we watched the episode of Pure Menati and we thought, wouldn't it be nice if we had a super criminal who has a gun that induces multiple orgasms, and his name was Ramonat. So we have the super criminal Ramonat, and it's like,
what the hell?
Like you just hear the cashier, Ramonat told you stop. It's ours.
But you know what? That actually sounds like a
yeah.
That actually sounds like a Humanity skit for real.
It does.
It's that one.
It does.
There was another one we thought up on our way to we're broken, still taking taxis. We're taking a taxi to Sasolburg and we're coming up with skits left, right, and center. And that's one of the things like one day, once the budget allows, you just see me in the camera making all these crazy skits because Ramen needs to exist. There was another one I keep forgetting.
Do you remember the crazy thing is now,
right? With things like guy? TikTok, before Vine, and with YouTube, like there's now actually a better chance to do that. And also, what I saw, the great thing I saw about Pure Monate, I literally saw more stand-up comics, more people trying to think. And I think if you look at South African our TikTokers, a lot of them, they grew up on Pure Monate, so that probably is an inspiration for a lot of them. And even if they didn't, if they were like too young to have seen it, because now of Pure Monate shows like okay, I'm exposing my age, like In Living Color, which is like the original Pure Monate, and then Saturday Night Live, they became more
in my head.
South Africans.
Zooks, you're in my head. Zuko, you're in my head.
So these things, I think you see the creativity in the TikTok because like South African TikTok are so hilarious, are so dope, bro. And then
I remember.
You see all the person will have is like the head of a mop and he'll be doing something and the head of the mop and his room at Kohaye, that's all they have and they're gonna do something great.
I just remember we made a parody song from Single Ladies. We made a parody about Jacob Zuma and his 11 wives. So
wow.
Yeah, the song was called Bashubudisikim Shumolozi. Bashubudisikim Sholozi. We worked out the opening song, and then the chorus kid John Nawe Makoti O Monkio Athisha John Nawe Makoti.
I wonder what was going on through that taxi driver's mind when he kept on hearing these things. It's like, what the hell is going on?
Hi guys.
At that time he hears Sutu perfectly, but he's still talking to them in Zulu.
Don't guys, the things the taxi drivers would have to tell about me for me from the drive from Pretoria to Sasolburg. Bossman Station, they must have ghost stories about me because another board evening, we translated their entire Return of the Jedi Star Wars from beginning to end while waiting for the Fenaching taxi to fill up. And we kept laughing at the line, all crafts prepare to jump into hyperspace on my mark from Admiral Akbar. Translate that, at home viewers. See how funny it sounds.
Sorry, Khotso, I just have a question for you. I actually have two, but I guess I'll just ask one for now.
Okay. No, go ahead and ask.
All right. Which role really, really inspired you to want to act, like from our actors here? Like, is there someone that you really look up to and you feel like, yeah, this guy or this lady is really great? And yeah, they inspired you to like venture into the acting field.
Local actors.
Yeah.
Local actors. Yeah, if he was local. Yeah, he was local. He went international, came back. He was local, went international. I'll give you a little quiz. He was on one of the biggest soapies. Huge character, larger than life character. Went overseas. Got a nose job done. Came back and is still working. Who is it?
He's still alive.
Yeah.
Nose job.
Nose job.
Yeah. Black
And it's
South
a
African
he.
actor. Or the only one that we know who got a nose job overseas.
I don't know who's got a nose job.
Wait, when was this nose job done?
Few years back, I'm sure maybe a decade.
And when did he
He
go
was
overseas?
on-
All South African
When did he go
actors look
overseas?
natural to me, so there's nobody I
He's
can
bald.
think of.
He's bald. Yeah, maybe you guys. Okay, he's bald. He was on Generations.
When did he
Come
go
on.
I
overseas?
haven't watched Generations.
I know the character's name. I
wait.
don't know the actor. That's the
Look,
problem.
it sounds
Wait.
like Silomake. It sounds like Silomake, but
There we go. Yeah, that's the market.
that's why I wanted to know when.
You got a nose job.
Before you even started the quiz, I thought of him, but I wasn't sure when he went overseas. Because I know
Extremely versatile character. On stage in theater and on TV, larger than life. Very well spoken. You know, I absolutely loved what he's done for his craft and the longevity that he's had in the industry as well. Absolutely admire that. Controversial here somewhat here and there, and I don't aspire to that, but I do love the craft and man, his aura as well. Absolutely amazing. He's been around the world. He's worked with the best in the world.
Yeah,
so
but
Achimorogo.
like, he was.
Achimoroga.
Yeah,
Because I know he
Archie.
did Lion King overseas, I think.
Yes, sir.
I was like,
Yeah.
damn it, black people get nose jobs. I
No,
didn't know.
he's my favorite actor as well, so I get you completely. I understand where you're coming from.
100%.
That's
Yeah.
like-
So he got a nose job done. Remember, he had quite a big nose. And then when he came back, he had a very slim white type nose, almost like mine.
I see.
Well, we
I
don't.
didn't realize that part.
Wow, I did not realize.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
No, maybe I only seen him with the nose job, so maybe it didn't compute. To
Yeah. But you probably saw him only after the nose job. Probably recognized it. Yeah.
Because I remember that there are one of two actors I know that have been in international productions that I can personally think of. One was the. You see, that's the problem. I don't know the actual names. The one was.
What did he
Tao.
play?
One was Tao.
Now,
Generations, and then the other one was
Rapulana.
Yeah, because I've seen them in international movies, and I like every time I see that.
And the other one?
Archie.
Oh, Sillo, okay.
Look, whenever I said, and it was back in high school.
No, but I mean, also
Guys,
rest in peace. But
guys,
even Jamie
remember
Butler.
there was a time I believe there was a time Archie Selomage was on The Bold and Beautiful.
Oh,
I don't remember that. I remember
Yeah,
Terry
I don't remember that
on The Bold
either.
and the Beautiful. I don't
No,
remember.
not Terry. I think it was even before. Yeah, it was definitely before Terry. But she
Yeah.
did make an appearance on Bold and Beautiful as well.
Look.
Hey, I got a question for Khotso. Khotso, so we covered this movie recently. I don't know if you've seen it. And I just wanted to get your thoughts on the South African actor to Netflix pipeline.
Right.
So we covered we covered Heart of the Hunter with Bonko
Oof.
Koza.
I haven't seen it yet, man, and that's my boy. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh no! Okay, please
No spoilers.
make sure to watch it.
No
Look,
spoilers.
they killed it. They killed it. They did a great job.
I've been watching.
But
I've been looking at all his clips behind the scenes and all the promos, and to be honest, it was a thing of I wanted to settle down properly and watch it, and pay the respect that it's due.
I think the marketing team, like they needed to push harder, in my opinion. But that's just me. But anyway,
Was what? Okay. That's well.
No,
that
they
sounds,
should
that
have,
sounds,
because
that sounds.
honestly, from my side, I heard more of it from Buck than I did from like
yeah,
social
I was
media.
the
from
marketing team at
advertising.
some point for this thing. I'm on Twitter every day. Watch this film.
Yeah, so
Do it.
and I did watch it, and it was worth it. It was
Brilliant.
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 I actually watched it again.
What I wanted to know is, as an actor in South Africa that's working in all of that stuff, how do you feel about that Netflix pipeline? Like, is it good to you? Is it, I don't know. I don't want to say not so good because it's giving people exposure, but can they do more? I don't know. How do you feel about it?
Well, I do know that Netflix Africa and Netflix South Africa are almost a completely different production house from international Netflix. That being said, that just means that on the ground and locally, you have South Africans who are casting for South African productions, which are more accurate. Uh, that puts in context the inaccuracy of things like Black Panther when it comes to geographical facts and all that stuff. But also the empowerment of production and artists on the ground. And that being said, I am on Netflix currently. I'm on a rom-com, featured on a rom-com called Happiness Is. And I get to play an adrenaline junkie instructor who disrupts a group of friends and lovers. And so I'll give you that much. Yeah, please go watch it. Happiness Is on Netflix.
Is that the sequel to Happiness Is a Four-Letter Word?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I am going to send that to my
Oh, I haven't watched that one yet.
All right. Okay, I know what I'm doing this weekend. Sharp.
Funny enough, I just want to also share a very interesting anecdote, especially when it came to the question I asked earlier. This guy is extremely humble. He is he is a South African man through and through, I think. An African man, I should even highlight even better because we're all connected in the one thing of respect your elders. Because I wanted to introduce him to my mom. I was like, let me go get my mom quickly. It's like, no, don't you dare. I'll go to her. Why would she come to me? I'm just a kid. I was like, hey, but you're awesome. But at the same time,
an African mom is an African mom. We don't go. The mom doesn't come to us. We go to mom.
Exactly. I'm impressed. Don't even dare.
Don't you dare, bro.
And she was thoroughly impressed from me. My mom. The one thing you should learn about my mom is like before she keeps on saying before she became a mother, she was Julian. So she's still a person. The title mom is just a moniker she got after she had me. And
she
always likes the fact that you know what you need to also know that she is also a person. She's also an individual. And as much as she likes, and she also highlights the respect your elders, respect your mom and dad, but she's also respecting you as a person.
Of course.
So get to know me as a person as well. And it's after years of struggle because trust me, ever since I came into the picture, all her friends talk about me. Like, what's Tebello doing? Is he okay? Is he eating? Which is another touching story. The only reason I got the name Tebello was because my grandfather really liked my mom. In the traditional sense, it's the parents that name the child. Your parents name your child.
Yes.
So what had happened is that even though there must have been some friction between the in-laws, but my father's father really liked my mom, and to show just how much favor he had for her, he gave her the name that his mother had, because even though she didn't have a Tebello, they used to call his mom Matebello. So for the sake of having the same name as his mother, he gave me the name Tebello.
Wow.
So that's why
that's precious.
The kid, that's I'm very possessive of my names. Like the names Tebello, especially in the north of Gauteng, they're like Highlander. There can only be one. When I hear there's another Tebello, like
Tebello is a special name. No lie.
We are born to be kings. Anyway,
I just have the other part of the question.
Yeah. Yes.
I think I'll just be a bit more broad with it because I wanted to ask a genie thing or if you were Elon or if you had a genie, but let me just put it like this. If you had power, right, the power to change the status quo of artists not getting what they want and all in South Africa here, what would you do exactly? What would you change? What would you prioritize?
Goodness, wow. That was a deep question. I had the power to change the status quo and basically put artists on the same.
Yeah, 5 minutes ago we were fighting in Baku at the rivers. Now,
And
Now we
I
get
mean,
into
for
the
me, it's
real
about
stuff.
putting the same artist on the same platform of value. And
As like soccer players or whatever.
look, yes, because we're in entertainment, and how do you put a certain value on the fact that you're making me laugh without knowing how much I've toiled and how much you put into production? Because what you're getting is only at the end. You're seeing a 5 minute production or a 5 minute skit, whereas we plan for a good 2 weeks, a week and a half, maybe a month, to put that together. It goes back to me for me, to a conversation I was having with a friend yesterday, actually another artist friend, and we were talking about events and theater. And for me, beyond, you see, what you're asking me for me is right at the end of an artist's career or when you're becoming a mature person. But for a consumer of the arts, it's important, in order for us to get artists to the same status quo as maybe your social value, your social value status, your social value quota, is that, and I know it sounds like a rumbling of words, but it's that in the beginning we haven't continued to harness the love for the arts. If you think about Makufe, if you think about Makufe is non-existent anymore.
Oh man.
If you think about the Pretoria State Theatre, absolute shambles. That was stripped to, I mean, apparently even the lifts, the lifts don't work, for the stage lifts, and they haven't been maintained, and thousands and millions were embezzled from that
I was
fund.
backstage. I've seen what it looks like.
I haven't been. I went when I was a child. I probably would be heartbroken. But going back to it is that we haven't nurtured and cultivated and kept that love for theatre that we had even during the struggle. Now, there is a direct correlation between the struggle and theatre and the arts.
Yes, I was about to ask you that, but yes, you're right. Yeah.
And obviously, we know what the direct correlation is. The harder the times, the most amazing the art is. The most amazing the songs are. The most.
Because it seems like now artists are being silenced for some reason.
I think what happened was there's been a great shift in the definition of artist, because there's been also a new pool of people who have been seen as artists who are now influencers.
Yeah.
And
Right.
with the realm and with the spectrum of influencing comes a great influence of cash and money and power, and that's a bad pull from the arts and your soul passion. When you're being told that, okay, you go to your audition and you do the most amazing work, and you can see you've blown the director's mind, but you don't have the numbers, you don't have that 120,000 numbers on social media. So there's been a shift, and so they'll go rather for the numbers guy, because that will get them more viewership and more money to roll out their productions in the future, as opposed to finding that one star who will make their production almost eternal or almost immortal. So a lot of monetization, a lot less soul put into the craft, because we can very well see influencers reaping the benefits of an actual actor.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because
And kudos to them, they have made it efficient. They've with a new social media and everything else, you have to be efficient to make money. And for me, it beckons the conversation to artists to stop romanticizing poverty and start being multifaceted, understand technology, start leveraging off what you can, and not letting influencers run with the baton completely. So there is so much to.
Hey, Buffetto, stop this thing of I'm going to just be an artist and people throw money at me. It's not happening in this economy.
We talked about it with Thabo Ramedi this weekend at Africon. Monetization of your craft, and this romance with poverty that we have as artists needs to stop. But it's also a conversation and it's an attitude from artists as well. I was speaking to I went to auditions and I saw another a colleague of mine, and generally, artists are they don't let me not lie to you. I am an artist who thrives in the corporate space as well. But in order to do that, in order to look corporate, in order to thrive in a corporate space, you have to look neat.
Yeah, which goes against that whole theater thing, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. You can't. The artist must not look like they're poverty anymore. We can't look like we need money the whole time. The things must change. Your client must look at you and say, "Yo, this guy's shoes they're very nice. He's wearing them for my occasion, so he can please and complete the look for everything else. But he must know that you will be charged for that look as well." It's looks are very important. It's your first sense that you use when you meet somebody. You see
it's your first impression.
Yes, your first impression.
To quote Bekikale, he said they must look at you and they must go like, not how.
Until you say something stupid, right?
Yeah, stomach in, chest out. Stomach in, chest out.
Not stomach out, chest in.
No.
Not stomach out, chest in.
No.
So yeah, man. I mean, there's so much we could have hours and hours of talk about why it's about monetization, about the psyche behind an artist and poverty, and especially in South Africa as well, and theater. I don't like seeing my colleagues walk around with a dirty afro because they think that's what the look is.
No.
But sorry guys, I'm so sorry. I know you guys have questions, but I just wanna. I wish him and I could have a longer discussion. But anyway,
I have one more. I just have one question.
Okay. I just wanted to say something before you chime in, if that's fine.
All right, go on.
When you see these older artists, showing their bank cards, asking for money because they're really, really, really down and out. What's your take on that?
They back to Saga and back to royalties as an artist. That's just one part of it, where artists have pulled out the last work for one production. Like Yizo, for instance. I doubt Sola is still getting paid from all those Yizo repeats that we're still watching till today.
Not.
No.
And Zola was a prime example. Did we not put up R1 million or something for him the other day?
Yeah.
On the other side, speaking to new artists, don't you dare be single-faceted. Don't think. Let me tell you, in the spectrum of the arts, I am a ring announcer for boxing, South Africa. I'm a hex announcer for MMA South Africa. I'm a voice artist for, I can't say for who because it's numerous across the board companies and with different radio stations and whatnot. I'm an actor. I'm an MC. I am a host. MC and host is different. I MC events, but I can host activations for sporting brands. I can do halftime shows for the box or for the netball show. So I wear about 7 hats in the industry, and I'm not a dancer and I'm not a singer. There are guys who can still sing and can still dance. As an artist, you can't be single-skilled, single-faceted. And on top of that, of all of them that I've mentioned, acting pays the least.
Yeah.
Acting pays the least. I'm a commercial actor. I do adverts as well because a lot of actors, established actors, I don't do commercials. That's beneath me. I'll tell you this: commercials are the best paying jobs in the industry. For 2 days, you can get up to 140,000 rand for absolutely loafing around, maybe for looking good and saying a few words.
This is TVCs or is it voiceovers?
TVCs, TV commercials.
Right.
Okay, I need to be in a commercial today. Where do I sign
makes
up?
sense. What you say makes sense because you're on billboards. Then there's like 10-seconders. There's he's right.
Really, they have nothing, almost nothing to do with your skill unless you are a seasoned actor and like myself, like to get on there and give more than I'm asked for. And where the director's like, oh man, Khotso, thanks so much. You give me more than I, you work together. There's a relationship of trust. Where, can I say this? This really sounds good. It's like, go ahead and say it. Even the AD is there and whatnot. So, you get to a point where you can give more than what's asked of you. But generally, on a TVC, you get there, they say, okay, this is your baby. You smile, you give it back, you open the can, okay, thank you, cheers, makeup off. All right, then 15,000 rand later. 2 hours on set. That 15,000 rand you will toil a whole month for as an actor.
Hi guys, commercials. I got one more question. I got a question quick for unless are you asking your last question, Tebello?
No, not yet. I just wanted to ask a question. Like, okay.
Okay, no, you go ahead first. I'll go after you.
Yeah. Question one. We've got Hollywood, we've got Nollywood, we've got Bollywood.
Oh, Igoli. Ours is Igollywood, right?
What
I think they call it Sallywood.
Oh, Sallywood.
So that's what. So what do you think we should do to develop our own Sallywood, I guess?
Our own Sallywood. Immediately I start comparing when you say that. Maybe because I'm a Pan-Africanist. But
I feel like we're all supposed to put up a black fist when he says that. I don't know.
Amandala.
Amandala. I'm a cringe. No, because obviously I think of Nollywood. And obviously that's one of the biggest industries to come out of Africa in terms. But I honestly, you know what, our writers in South Africa could be way better. I think we could improve with our writers, man. I think we could also not be always on the stereotypical homeland Zulu stories. When it comes to the modern stories, very, very flat. I really do still feel like the productions are flat in terms of the depth of character. But I generally think our writers could be much better. I think our writers could be way better. We're nowhere close to where we're supposed to be. If our writing and our scripting is great, I generally think that our sound, we've got world-class directors, world-class producers.
I've seen,
but our writers,
but maybe it's because they're trapped on soapies. Those bros have to write the same 6 shows every day, like Ashes to Ashes, Scandal. And somebody's always an uncle who's.
But why was Isidingo so dope though? What made
the class?
Isidingo was dope because many different South African backgrounds were involved in Isidingo. If you think about it,
thank you.
You had Rajesh Kumar. You had what's his name? Then you'd have
Frank Xavier.
Brazil. Then you'd have the miners with all their humor, even when they come to Bakahin's office. You know what I'm saying? Then you have
Georgie
Zamdela. Then you have the Wicked Witch of the West, Cheryl De Pierre's absolutely sexy woman, oozes the most. That woman I loved so much.
Fame for top.
Terrell and Ntiki Lukhele. Those two women. Traumatized me.
Ntiki Lukhele, aka Pamela Nomvet.
Yo.
the biggest BITCH of TV in South Africa.
100%.
Sherelle de Villiers. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
There was a point in time I didn't know, like, and this is when Generations was like Pamela Nomvete with the face.
Yeah,
Like she was
she
still
was
in Ziki, bro.
right in Ziki, bro. Like
Like that was her name. Like if you see her in something else, if you see her in an ad, Unsiki uyenza nini ngekofi. If you see her
She was in an
across the
ad
street,
about the safe sex.
No, she was on that. Do you remember she was on that What Makes You Black advert?
Yes.
Mm.
She's
Is it the
actually in
color
the
of your
UK
skin?
now, I believe. In the UK or the
Okay,
US.
I think
She's been
maybe
in the
this
UK for
is
years, I believe.
for my
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
anyway.
Oh yes, chill, youngster. The grown-ups are talking.
Mesa is cute.
Tech. Tech.
So I mean, a
You
really,
see,
really good section.
disrespect.
It's a
Sorry,
really
Khotso,
good
you
section, man. That we don't have. If you ask me, we haven't had a show as brilliant as Isidingo in terms of covering the
100%.
diversity that South Africa is. Obviously, there's new shows now that appeal to the younger guys, and on ETV and stuff like that, and really, really great acting, really, really good talents. But Isidingo was just something really, really special, bro. I could stop watching and go back to watching after a while, and I know the casting, and I know the respect from the actors for the production as well.
Mm.
That was top tier.
Mm.
I think also another thing that the timing of our shows as well. There was this show by with Tuli Pongolo and what's his name now? I still keep calling him Usbu from Isibai.
Ah, yes. I
Are
Yeah,
you
didn't
talking
hear the
about
series.
Zdumo?
yeah, Usdum. There was
Yeah.
the show, but I caught it because I was unemployed. I didn't catch it because I knew about it.
Okay.
Yeah, it was basically about this couple and
The estate.
the no, not the estate. No, it was an actual series, not a soapy.
Okay.
Yeah, it was an actual series. I'll remember the name and I'll send it to you guys. But basically, it was about this couple. The wife just had a baby, and it's about that thing where they're adjusting now, to the baby because you had your life before the baby. Like if you felt
Right.
like, Khotso just called and he said like there's drinks at PPP, and you're like, yeah, let's go, boom. But now you can't do that anymore, and now you're adjusting to that, and your friends, not through malice, they still call you on like as if you're available at a drop of a dime. And then
Right.
also now your woman is not feeling as sexy as you because she just had a baby and thing, and
Ish.
you trying to reassure. And it was I caught like 3 or 4 episodes, but I have a random access memory, so I kept forgetting the time when it played.
Right.
Yeah. But however, I didn't know about that show. And that's my point. There was no, and this is when I had access to a TV. I could watch TV. I watched a lot of TV because I was
Time. And you had
unemployed.
the time.
So
So I was
the time
unemployed.
slot was
Yes,
a
and this
problem.
is and I'm not saying now, I'm working and I come back and I catch it. I was literally at home. All I did was sit in front of my laptop, apply for jobs, watching TV. So I had the time and I did not see ads for this thing. I did not know about this thing. And if you
Right.
watch and the few episodes I watched, and they had different couples all in like different stages of relationships, the couple that wants to move in, the couple
Right.
that's about to divorce, the couple that's getting to know each other, things like that.
Mm.
So, and it's always must core friends and yada 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 yada, so that it makes sense why they're overlapping and know each other type of thing.
Right.
However, that's one of the problems. Like we don't know about a lot of these shows.
Mm.
Like if a show doesn't play at
No, I get it.
at,
That's
if a
Peak.
show doesn't
Between
play
6 and 9.
between
no. You
six
go ahead.
and nine, we don't really know about it. The reason
Right.
Oma Huma Fairs and Yizo they played at prime time slots. But this one, the one I'm talking about, I saw it it was like at 11 in the morning. And I saw it because I was watching the repeats of All Generations, Seven the
Mm.
Line, etc., etc., etc. And then
Mm.
while you now Rhythm City is at 11:30. So now you've got this 11 o'clock slot that's free for you, and then you catch it by mistake. You're like, wait, this is interesting.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Mm.
You know?
Right.
And then to go on your concept about writers, it's the third act. I don't think we've solved a way to make the third act interesting, simple, or to make sense. There's always that feeling like something is missing, you know?
It's anticlimactic.
Yeah,
It
it's
it
like it ends because it has to end. It doesn't end because it's, oh, I see, you know, because
it was one of my
I'll
biggest
give an
issues.
example, like happiness is a four-letter word, the first one. The dude literally, so she cheats on her man.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
Oh,
Hashtag.
okay, sorry. Okay,
But
so
didn't that one come out like 10 years ago?
no, 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 no. Okay,
You know what
Hey, don't
so
happens?
spoil it.
okay, sorry. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
but
no,
yeah,
Mr.
but
Jumanji.
no, 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 no. His is happiness is. This is happiness is a four letter, so it's a different one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, and then he asks her, what do you, and she's like, no, I was confused, and then it's like, okay, Sha, what do you want? And then she can't
Mm.
answer because obviously she's still in a confused state.
Right.
And
Right.
then, the friend gives birth, and then he comes, and he's still the one who's like, Usang na, she doesn't now go
Yeah.
like, hey, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
In a typical rom-com, the person who made the mistake, they come and is like, I love you,
Yes.
forgive me, take me back, or
Right.
let's make it
Right.
work, whatever. She still doesn't do that in the movie, and it kind of feels like she just went with it. It doesn't feel like she
Open
now said,
ended.
yeah, no, it doesn't feel like, she was confused. You get it. You judge her because like she did something wrong, but you also understand like, hey, this person shabile kam gonyo or strong.
Yeah.
But now,
Like what's gonna happen?
yeah, but now when the dude comes back, the one that she loves, it doesn't feel like she chose him, you know?
Mm.
So then it leaves the moment a little empty. And that's
Actually.
the little things that are missing. And also maybe like sometimes, let's say a big revelation happens and then there are
Mm.
no consequences to that revelation. I
Too
think
many
that's
open
the other thing, like,
spaces.
Doesn't that
or
just circle back to what
and
you
or
said?
last thing, or there's
Yeah.
like maybe five little plot points and like only two get properly resolved and the other three you just kind of assume
Lingering.
what happens.
Just fizzle out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it's
this
not even an assumption where it happens. Let's say a couple breaks up, and then at the end of the movie, you see them together. So you're like, okay, they talked.
Like back in the
And then,
days, like in American films, that like you'd see like the little sceneries, the cutaway, the end stories of the
yeah,
different
mm,
couples. Like this one ended up like this, and these ones,
mm,
they
It's closure.
separated, but they good.
yeah.
There's just
So I think,
the closure of it.
mm, so
Mm.
my
But you
my
know what I
biggest
think it
problem
is,
with
man?
South African film has always been the like not even the third
Third
act.
act,
The threads don't connect. They don't
right?
always
But I'm
connect.
but I'm
Like
saying, you know what I think that
in Act One, you make the person strong. In Act
Mm,
Two, you introduce the something that makes them weak.
right.
And
The
then
vulnerabilities,
in Act
the telling.
Three, you don't show them getting their strength back,
Yeah,
or
the resolution.
they're just strong. You don't know why they're strong. They're just strong.
no, but
Mm.
I'm saying, you know what I think that comes from, like personally with me, because my dad, for some reason, he hated TV for like 10 years of my life, and then he just started watching soapies randomly, and we're all like, "What?" Anyway, what I think happened is that it's a symptom of the TV writing. Because if you look at it, man, even with soapies, last week, bras were trying to kill each other. Someone was waving a chainsaw, focusing, and they were gonna cut BuckMeister's head off or something. Next week, they're having tea together, and you're like, "But what happened?
Yeah, but
Why?"
that's understandable because it's a soapy and they have to drag it out. That's why you'll
No, but
see
I'm
in the
saying
soap.
what's happening is when it comes to movies, what's this? The bras are taking those techniques and they're taking it to movies now.
Oh,
The movie
okay,
format
yeah,
is
yeah.
not fitting.
So
Okay, yeah.
I was watching
Okay.
this movie called, I don't know if you saw it. I was watching this movie called My Zulu Wedding, and oh my God.
The gaps.
I have, yeah.
it's which circles back to what?
Ooh,
Oh, we've just lost.
guys.
Continue.
So we might have to continue this some other time.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh, Isan. Okay.
Yeah, we'll
I
have to
had one.
continue.
Okay, Tebello, jump to your last question, bro.
I just
Before we have
wanted to
move
say
on.
quickly, what all your guys are saying is a sensitive of what he identified a long time ago. Is that the problem is the writing.
Yeah.
It's a writing
Mm.
disease. We've got the facilities, we've got the ability to
Yes.
tell awesome stories, we've got the thing. It's just that the writing end of the stick is getting shanked for some reason. And I won't lie, I still watch music videos from 10 years ago that look epic AF. I mean, there's this song, Dee. I still watch it. And it's a
Honestly,
futuristic
That is a brilliant
African
video.
music video.
beautiful.
So we have it. We
Simpilotana.
just don't have the writing.
And that's
There you go. You've gone to the side.
Oh, I think it's cut off.
No, I think his gimbal gave out on him because
Gave up on
he
him.
went all sideways.
Okay.
Mm.
All right. I just
Ish,
wanted to highlight that.
okay, if you can just ask, I guess, Khotso, can you still hear us? Because, I mean, we got the one question.
Yeah, we've got the
And then
final
I guess we
question.
can get out of
We
here.
really went on a tangent.
No, I think he's out. He's off.
He's still
I think it kicked
connected.
him out or something. I'm not sure.
Well, but
Okay.
ultimately, he technically answered the question we are asking. We are all asking the
anyway.
question in one way or another.
Yeah, he did. Well,
He's
Khotso,
still...
if you can still hear us, dog, thank you for coming through.
Oh, now my phone is possessed. All right. Yeah, I think we should wrap this
Isan.
up. We really went into a deep-ass conversation. I love it. But with that, I think we shall cause it a beautiful ending.
Yeah, shout out to Khotso for coming through and everything. Make sure to go check out his show on Netflix.
Happiness is.
Happiness
is. We'll throw a link in the description for everybody that's watching this and
maybe
all of
we'll
that
review
stuff.
it actually.
Yeah, why not?
And also, check out the South African movies on Netflix. Like, the more you check them out, the more you like them,
incentivizes.
the
Yeah.
more it'll incentivize them to make. Look,
And comment
we kind of in the
somewhere.
cycle of where you need to watch them so that
For
they
them to
invest
get-
in them,
so
and
that
then
they
when
get
they
better.
invest in them, they'll get better.
Mm.
So
But-
don't even if it's not good, still like it so that they can see the numbers are good for it, and then they'll make another one, and then because they've learned from the first one, the second one will be better.
But then also, message to the writers, Chief, don't just take it for granted. Don't just say because it's a South African movie now you can do whatever, why.
I won't lie.
Guys,
It's one of my biggest
please.
gripes. I was at the Johannesburg Film Festival, and everything that I bear witness, the third act was my biggest issue. My biggest issue was the third act because it went left, right, up, down. It's a setup, development. The payoff was like, what? What the hell is this?
Also, guys, to be fair to the writers, there's a head writer, and then there's the producer. There are people that still have to say yay or nay to these things.
Yay.
So
No, but I'm saying
sometimes it's not necessarily the writer. Sometimes is whoever is above the writer saying, no, I don't like this happy ending, change it. Or I don't like what you've done, which is what we expect.
But okay, then
and they say
one
no.
of them also go take writing classes or understand the right or not even a writing class. I don't think you need a writing class. I just think you need to understand the type of story you're trying to tell and the type of feeling you're trying to give to your audience. And if your writer is getting there, don't stand in their way. Chief, the product is the thing that needs to be the most important thing here, not your position. So
exactly.
You know what?
Everybody.
And I hope Marvel is listening to this as we say this, because they're also in that program.
Oh, they hate me.
What this tells me is we need to have a part 2. because
Yes.
such an
100%.
Yes.
I
engaging
think
discussion.
it would be great if he also comes through on
If we can, I would definitely. I'd
African
like to pick
frame
his. I'd
episode
love
as
to
well.
pick his brain more because I mean, yeah, he brought up some insights that I wasn't even thinking about. If I was being honest.
With that being
So-
said, thank you guys for lasting until this long. I do hope that you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Comment below, comment wherever, comment on the TikToks. I think our first ad reel about this thing that's gonna drop in August is out, being boosted all over the social media. So I am super excited. The new show that's about to be launched. I'll be recording my first vlog ever tomorrow. So I'll see how it turns out. Anyway, follow all these other guys on their social medias. Well, if you're here, must probably know where this glorious actor comes from. Keep following him. As you can see, numbers get him more parts. So we need him to become we need to give him another 1 million subscribers. Ne? Go tell your American friends. Go tell your people from China. I mean, he's good looking enough. People will follow him. So do all that. All right, and then of course we'll next. I think we're going to. The next person we're going to speak to, I think, will probably be from the Nolo Studios, or we're going to do a catch-up on Afro Geek Fest that we just had. So stay tuned, guys. We're going to do a review about the wonderful time we had at Afro Geek Fest. If you went there, you missed out. But guess what? We might have something happening in September. I won't go into details. I won't spill the beans into details. But find if you want to know more. Find out in the next episode of the Geek Spot. Anyway, we love you guys. We'll see you guys next week. Peace out.
Azisha.